Hi, medical terminology students. This is Miss Maxwell. I wanted to do a quick video for you to explain the Lesson 6 portfolio a bit. Some of you are coming upon that and having some questions, so I wanted to do a quick explanation. You can choose the format that you want to do your portfolio in. It doesn't have to be a specific one. I am doing PowerPoint because that's what probably the majority of students do. But you could use Word, you could do it on paper and scan it or take a picture and send it to me. As long as it has the information in it, it doesn't have to be a specific format. So this is a sample that gives you an idea and explains the required content. The first thing you need to include is just some basic information about the cardiovascular system. What does it include? What is its jobs or its functions? So just some basic information. The next required component is that you explain the circulatory path. And this is where a lot of students kind of get confused. Basically, the circulatory path is if you were pretending to be a red blood cell that's circulating throughout the body, you would just need to explain all of the places that that red blood cell travels throughout the body. You can start anywhere in the body, but you have to finish in the same spot. You have to complete the entire path around the body. You can't just explain the heart or just explain the blood vessels without continuing that path. So I've given you a starting point here, and I started on the right side of the heart, but again, you can start anywhere you want. And I've explained you can use my wording, but I've just given you a starting point. I haven't given you all the information. You're going to need to go back and fill in all the holes and complete this path. So to start you off, oxygen-poor blood enters the heart into the right atrium. The blood travels through the tricuspid valve and into the right ventricle. And then don't write the words continue through the heart. You need to explain where does the blood go next to continue that path. We'll come back to the picture in just a moment. So, you've explained how that blood continues through the heart, and then you might say something similar to this is the path through the body. The oxygen-rich blood leaves the heart in some type of blood vessel. Again, you're going to explain what that is, and you're going to explain how it continues until it reaches another type of blood vessel where the oxygen is dropped off at the body cell, and then the oxygen-poor blood would get into a third type of blood vessel and travels back to the heart and goes to the right atrium, and the process continues. So we got all the way back to the right atrium. That's where we started. So we've completed the path. Again, if you just leave blanks and put my whole, write exactly what I write and don't add your input into it, don't finish it out, you will not get credit for this section. So make sure that you do that. It also is a visual presentation. So you need one or more pictures to use as an example relating to the heart and cardiovascular system. You can put those pictures, you can draw them. You can also copy and paste from the internet is fine into your presentation. It just needs to relate to the heart and cardiovascular system. So, and again, the circulatory path does need to be written out. A lot of students do like to include a picture that kind of shows how it's, which is fine, but that's not going to get you, that'll get you credit for the picture, not for the circulatory path. So far we've got the components of just general information, the circulatory path, and the picture, one or more pictures. The final required component is that you need medical terms related to the cardiovascular system. And what I would like you to do is to break those terms down into the prefixes, suffixes, and root words and define them. I've given you one example here. You are free to use my example, but again, you need 9 more. So cardiovascular is pertaining to the heart and blood vessels. That's its definition. You break it down into cardio means heart, vasculo means vessel, and the suffix AR means pertaining to. The easiest way to do this is in your textbook for this chapter. There, if you flip through the pages, on either side of the page in the margins are vocabulary words, and they define them and they break them down for you. So this is not a difficult component to complete. And then, is there any other information that you found interesting that you want to tell me about the cardiovascular system? And that is it. So this is not a difficult portfolio. I would beg you not to skip it, not to avoid it. It's very important. It's 40% of your grade, and it will, once I put in temporary zeros, it will really, really damage your grade if you don't complete it. So if you have any questions after watching this, contact me and I'd be glad to work with you, but hopefully this will clear up any questions you have. Have a great day. Bye-bye.